Bada bing, bada boom. Bada boom. Spitty bing, bada boom. Sibbity, kibbity, kibbity, boo. Boo. The most disturbing cult of all time, the Ant Hill Kids. I have to use the bathroom. Can I hold it for 26 minutes? Yeah. What the fuck?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Wendigoon, and today we are talking about the Ant Hill Kids cult. Now I want to get this disclaimer out of the way. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this video separately from the religion and cult iceberg is that there is a lot of heavy material in this. I'm not going to show any pictures of it. I'm not going to be unnecessarily crude, but I am going to say exactly what happened to these people, and I'm not going to pull any punches. I want to bring light to this, not only to emphasize the horrors that these people went through, but also as a sort of cautionary tale for the atrocities that some people are capable of. I also want to mention there's this cool podcast called Cults, who I listened to in preparation for this, and not only this story, but several other stories. They go much more in depth with the psychology and the background of it, whereas I'm mostly going to be talking about the events of what happened. Women, or guys if you're into it, and to announce our first sponsor, Fame.
Where does it start? Where does it start? Wait, there's no pit. Wait, I'm looking at you the whole time? I guess, bro.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Keeps, for being my first sponsor. It really does mean the world. And we are back to the video. Can you believe that? I've got a sponsor now. Like, thank you all for just putting me this far. And it really does mean the most. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it.
Thank you.
But as always, thank you for watching. To understand the Ant Hill Kids, you have to understand their root problem and their leader, Roque Thoreau. Roque was born May 16th of 1947 to a family in Quebec, Canada. Everyone around him said that he was incredibly smart from a young age, but for some reason dropped out in the 7th grade. In hindsight, a lot of people tend to believe it may simply be because either a lack of home care or a problem with authority, or a combination of the two. Regardless of the reason, as Roque grew up, he became very obsessed with the Old Testament and specifically prophecies of doomsday. Shortly thereafter, he became a devout Seventh-day Adventist, and I want to make this note, as I mentioned in the iceberg, just because this crazy wacko cult person identified as part of this religion.
Oh my gosh, Shy Stud 23 is in my chat. Oh my gosh, hey Shy, how are you, man? We're good, Gangalanch. I gotta pee so bad. I gotta pee so bad. I gotta pee. 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 Enter my chat. B R B. Who? Heard that boy he. What the fuck? Heard that boy he talking about me. And then let me see. To my name, cup up my feet. Hey. Back to the video.
That is not indicative of the religion itself. As a matter of fact, there are several values of Seventh-day Adventists, such as no drinking, that he turned on its head when he decided that social drinking was acceptable. Also, he was kicked out of the church he attended for trying to assume too much power, which is a very treacherous foreshadowing of what was to come later. Around the 1970s, he started doing this thing, which he would have been in his mid-20s around the time. He would approach common people at bars or restaurants or even in church and begin to...
I could crack my toes. Hold on. Is my neck ready? And my back. Hold on.
talk to them about his faith and his belief. Everyone around Roque said he was an incredibly charismatic man. Not only that, but he was known to tell little subtle lies, such as about his past to give himself a sadder backstory, or miraculous things God has done for him in his life, in order to seem more approachable and interesting to average people. And this is something else I kind of want to point out throughout this story, is the way that cult leaders operate. See, a lot of people have this sort of idea in their heads, and I think a lot of...
Wait, how do cults even start?
That whenever a cult starts, it's automatically lesser-minded people talking to someone who's a really good public speaker. But in like 90% of cases, that's not what happens. Normally, the manipulation takes a really long time, or at least a lot of reason to give into it. So imagine there's someone you know who you've become really good friends with, and after years of talking and getting to know that person, they begin to want to help you to understand why they have it so great. On its own, this is nothing wrong. It can be God, it can be a relationship or something similar, but the difference with cult leaders is that one way or the other...
I'm bored. Damn. Back to the video. Where is it at?
It usually comes back on themselves. So if you're about to lose your job or unhappy with your situation in life, and then one of your year-long friends tells you that he's starting a commune in the mountains where you don't have to worry about any of it, it may sound like a good idea. And that's exactly what he did. Roque invited people into his commune in the region known as Sainte-Marie, Quebec, in which he told people they could live a life free of sin and worry. However, the first sign of something being amiss would come whenever Roque said that in February of 1979, God would return. Not only that, but that...
What do you mean pay? You did predicts? I don't know.
He would destroy the earth and they had to find a place to hold up. So in 1978, the entire commune took a hike through the mountains to a region known as Saint Hugo's or Hogues. I'm sorry, I'm not French.
Saint Hogues. Saint Joe. How to pronounce Saint Hojo. Okay, can you?
Saint-Jog.
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 Saint-Jog. Saint-Jog.
To which the group at the time consisted of himself, 4 men, 9 women, and 4 kids. Once they got to the mountaintop, Roque laid back and made everyone else get to work building a commune consisting of cabins, common housing, and things similar. And from watching all of them work and him doing nothing, Roque decided to call the group the Anthill Kids, as he attributed them all to little children working in an anthill for himself, the queen. This is also the first step to his real in-game manipulation, as what he was doing was getting all of the members consistently tired and at his beck and call. So in other words, people got to the point where it was a daily occurrence to just do whatever Roke says and don't really question it because you don't have the energy to. But then eventually, February of 1979 came and God didn't. When members of the cult asked, why hasn't God come if you said he is, Roke said that God's time is not our time, and even got into an argument over the differences between the Israeli and the Roman calendar, saying that it was a miscalculation on his part for not understanding God, but that God was still coming soon. He used this as an excuse to say that he just needed more prep time, and not only that, but that he needed more followers for whenever God does arrive. Using this as an excuse, he then married the 9...
Dude! We have the same mic! Except yours is white. Oh, Mike. The fuck?
Women in the cult to which he fathered 20 children with. However, an event quickly came that ruined their little mountaintop love shack utopia. Roke also proclaimed time and time again that he was a healer, or that God spoke through him as a means of taking elements away from people. This mostly just resulted in him doing some like weird surgeries.
I'm waiting for the juicy stuff. I'm waiting for all the like good details to pop through.
Exploratory surgeries and things of the like. However, and we're starting on the intense stuff now, this
changed
one day when 2-year-old Samuel Gilgar had trouble going to the bathroom, or more specifically urinating. Roke, proclaiming that he knew exactly what he was doing, proceeded to take a scalpel and cut open Samuel's
What? And did you say 2? Isn't he supposed to be pissing himself at 2? What?
Yeah, to which Samuel, as you can imagine a 2-year-old would not stop crying. As punishment for this, Roke then ordered a man by the name of Guy Veer to punish Samuel. Now, all of this information I'm talking about has been described by members of the cult who have survived, and what their tellings of it have been in recent years. So there isn't exactly a single diagnosis we can pinpoint. However, it was general consensus that this man, Guy Veer, was very mentally handicapped. Furthermore, family members of Guy before he left for the cult have added on saying that yes, he was mentally deficient. And while we may not know specifically...
Bro, imagine you tell somebody you have to eat, like you have trouble peeing, like you have a pissing problem, and then they say, oh yeah, don't even worry about it, I got you. And they proceed to take a knife and bro, what do we even be cutting? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
In the time that all of this occurred, it's generally understood that Guy had trouble understanding things.
Oh yeah,
this was not the person
Yo idea more. Yo, hey idea. What's good idea? Yo, hey Kiki. How these the most? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We wouldn't be friends, by the way. What if I talk like that? The fuck? What?
Who one would ask to discipline a child. And during his punishment of the child for crying, Guy Veer killed the 2-year-old Samuel. In an attempt to hide the body, Roke ordered that they burn the body of 2-year-old Samuel, which it didn't really work, so they then buried it near the commune. As punishment for this, Roke then castrated Guy Veer. Guy Veer then died of his injuries.
Wait, you have a lisp, Talia? It's his voice, not the lisp. So if I started talking like this, it'd be like what then? Athea more. Athea. Will you still be my friend? You scaring me. Wow. You just said it wasn't the voice, it wasn't the lisp, it was the voice. I literally did. Wow. You're such a liar.
To which he told the entire cult
Rock told the cult to tell police to tell police a horse trampled him. Wait, huh? See, bro, y'all just immersing me, bro. I don't even know what he, like, I'm lost now.
For this, Roque then castrated Guy Veer. Guy Veer then died of his injuries, to which he told the entire cult to tell the police that he was killed by a horse. See, at the time, these people are still interacting with the town around them, so whenever Guy goes missing, that would be suspicious. So the cult then goes to the local police department, says that Guy was killed with being trampled by horses, which did make sense to the police at least because there were horses on the property, and that Samuel was killed, to which they tried to cremate the body. Obviously, the police were hesitant of this, especially since everyone else in the cult seemed very quiet, except for their leader, Roque. However, as psychiatrists would go on to state later, Roque was able to charm the pants off of everyone he talked to. So much so that one psychiatrist who interviewed him at this time said that Roque is a completely safe man, and in a later case said that Roque was capable of housing the children that were under his care. Furthermore, after all of this came out, after all of what I'm about to talk about was said and done, this same psychiatrist believed Roque so much that they still profess that he was a good person and was not responsible for his action.
The Angel case? Is there? The Ant Hill Kids movie. Savage Messiah? This one? Kinda look like it. Where's the fucking video? Here it is. Heard what he talking about.
It really goes to show what attributes a master manipulator can have. So while the police wanted to charge him with something, Roque was able to talk them out of a real investigation, and the charges were dropped. However, during this time in which they were awaiting trial or awaiting to see what charges they could press, Roque, as well as several of his followers, were in jail. During this time, which was just shy of a year, the followers that were not in jail set up a house just outside of the jail so that they could come and speak to Roque and the other members every day. As soon as Roque got out of jail, he convinced all of the members to leave, to which they did, to an area known as Burnt River, Ontario in 1984. At the time, there were
what is this nigga's room, bro? I didn't even did I say free me? Freedom. Is that like them speaker things that she's speaking to? Wendigo. Invaluable smokeless shotgun powder. Some bottles. Interesting.
Leave, to which they did, to an area known as Burnt River, Ontario in 1984. At the time, there were 40 members, which is counting his 20 children. Also, different signs of the cult began to shine through this time. For example, all of them, except for Roque, of course, had to wear matching tunics as a way to show their unity or whatever. It was really just another way to further dehumanize the group of people. See, this stair-step effect kept happening. Whenever they first joined the cult, Roque told them that they were not allowed to talk to their friends or family, as that will maintain a worldly connection to which they cannot separate themselves.
See, everybody be tired, so I might as well just, say everybody's sleepy and tired, so, it's that time for me to, everybody's not, everybody's getting sleepy and shit, so I might as well just dip off, bro. Ain't gonna be nobody here. What the fuck would I be streaming to no one, bro? What the fuck, nigga? Fuck? So on chopped liver. Don't try it, Kotu. Bro, we're still here. Bro. Bro.
Now the signs such as the tunics are getting more evident. However, if you're a member of the cult, it seems like a natural progression. While at Burnt River, Ontario, the cult made their money by selling local goods and foods to the people of Burnt River. This included things like maple syrup.
Yo, I can't immersed in this shit because this niggas talking about bullshit and this stupid ass music, this soft somber music playing in the fucking background gonna piss me off, bro. Fuck. That's what I'm saying, Kiki. Like, I need pics, bro. Like, I don't want to sit here watching you speak to me, bro. I don't want that, nigga. Yo, I'm off. I'm out. Another failed video. Bye, YouTube.